Russian President Vladimir Putin is set to arrive in China today, less than 1 week after President Trump held high-stakes talks with Xi Jinping in Beijing. For more on this, we're joined now by CBS News senior foreign correspondent Holly Williams in London. Holly, I want to ask you about the timing here. What do you expect to see here? And how will President Trump's recent trip there factor into how this plays out?
Hey there, Chanel and Errol. Well, look, there's a very interesting comparison with the visit by President Trump to Beijing, which was cordial in tone, but Trump doesn't seem to have really come away with very much. And the two countries are clearly rivals and competitors. The tone will undoubtedly be very different with Putin. This is reportedly his 25th visit to China. He refers to Xi Jinping as his dear friend, and the two sides have called the relationship a friendship with no limits. Now, what the US has in common with many, not all, but many of its allies is an emphasis on shared values. So when you think about NATO, for instance, there's a lot of language around democracy and freedom. Russia and China, however, don't have a formal alliance. They have a strategic partnership, and the relationship is clearly about challenging the dominance of the West, and in particular of the US. That's why, for instance, we so often see them voting in tandem at the UN. Now, a Kremlin official said that Putin's visit will be a, quote, good chance to exchange views on Trump's visit. I think a lot of people would like to be a fly on the wall during that conversation.
Indeed. And Holly, help us understand the dynamics currently at play between Beijing and Moscow. We had discussed previously that China is a loose ally of Iran as far as economically and trade, but maybe not ideologically. What is the relationship between Russia and China?
So, Errol, one thing is very clear. Russia is the junior partner in this relationship. China is Russia's largest trading partner and has been for 16 years now. And that economic relationship has become even more important for Russia with the sanctions imposed by the West following Putin's invasion of Ukraine. So according to a recent Bloomberg investigation, Russia gets over 90% of its sanctioned technology imports via China. So China's an economic lifeline for Russia. But in contrast, Russia only makes up a small percentage of China's trade. However, China has made a big bet on Russian oil and gas in recent years. Russia's already China's biggest source of crude, accounting for around 20% of its imports and helping it to ride out the paralysis in the Strait of Hormuz, which has obviously sent gas prices soaring. Also, China already has one natural gas pipeline from Russia, and the two sides have signed a memorandum about building a second pipeline, but that's been held up because of some disagreements. We expect that to be one of the things that Putin and Xi Jinping discuss.
Okay, some really helpful context. Holly Williams, thank you.
Thanks, Holly.